this is probably one of the hardest questions as well. What's the best machine? It's like asking people, what's the best car? What's the best truck? What's the best sports car? It's very subjective. Cost comes into it and whatnot. But for me, if you go too cheap, that cheap machines will absolutely still tattoo. You can go get the cheapest machine you can find. You can still tattoo with it. I think the biggest thing it comes down to is longevity, smoothness, whatnot. Machines are getting really expensive right now. Top end, you're over $1,000. And it's hard to comprehend because it's a motor. There's some technology in it, but good Lord. And that's why even in the beginning I went with CNC, because I checked them out, I checked the motors out, I checked everything else out, and they seemed like a good machine for the price, and so I went with them, and I've been happy with them. So when people ask me what I think a good machine is, good now, good long-term, good all, I still use them today, is the CNC. Now, you have different models. The Q2 is probably the most cost-effective. Of course, you have to get batteries or cords and power supplies. Then you got the XW, which is really cool because it's got the batteries that clip right on. It's just convenient, really convenient. And then we also have the XW Plus, which we'll be checking out next week or two. Really cool stuff. They really answered a lot of my complaints with this new machine or these new batteries or whatever you want to say. But anyhow, I would look at CNC. And again, I just, from the beginning, been using them. I like them. That's my opinion. Take it for what you want. Buy whatever you want. Ask a lot more people. Don't just listen to me. Ask other people as well and see what they say too. Take all that information and make the best decision for you. Welcome, guys, and today I'm answering your comments. So maybe you'll have to comment. Maybe I'm going to answer it. Maybe not. Either way, I hope that some of the questions and answers help you out. So let's go. Real quick before we keep going, I just want to let you guys know, you guys have been asking for a while now that I put together a course, and I know a lot of you guys that are just visiting the channel for the first time are definitely going, hey, is there a better way for me to learn? Yes, there is. On the 19th, we're going to be coming out with the new guides. They're going to take all this information, put it in one place. Guys, it is so easy to search. You can type in whatever you want. So you want to know all about mag needles, and it'll pull up everything about mag needles. So again, it's just a really great tool. If you're new to the channel, or if you're just getting into tattooing, or if you just want to learn some more or have this tool in your pocket to keep with you in one place, then guys, check this out. Keep an eye out. Again, October 19th, the guides are going to be coming out. And again, side note though, we are going to be donating 100% of the proceeds to the local Dream Center here. They feed the homeless, they clothe the homeless, they build bikes for the homeless and those who are in need. So again, I want to do something to give back, and I hope that you guys will participate. Let's see what we can do together as a community. Again, guys, I really appreciate it. So let's get back to it. All right, the next person says, hey man, I use the CNC Q2 and recently picked up the 4mm stroke cam. Should I be adjusting my technique accordingly, or does that even make a difference? Okay. So I'm assuming you had the 3.5mm cam on there, and now you have the 4mm cam. I would say you're going to have to adjust your tattooing a little bit because you have a longer stroke there. And it's hitting harder because it's running further back. It's got a longer stroke, so it's hitting the skin harder. But really, if you just start using it, a lot of times I'll use one machine and then I'll test another machine out. And within the first few minutes really, is you start to see like, oh, okay, that's not putting it in the way I'm used to. So a little more effort, maybe a little more voltage. And then you're like, okay, so this is what this machine likes to run. When you change to a different stroke, you'll probably start by doing the same stuff you did with the other stroke length. And it's like, oh, okay, wow, this is putting it in quicker or whatever. So let me back off a little bit. Let me change stuff. You're just going to adjust to your machine a little bit if you make a change like that. So figure it out. Do you like that adjustment you made? Do you like the results? Maybe you go back, whatnot. So there's really no answer. You're probably going to have to adjust a little bit, but you'll find that out as you use it. All right, the next person says they have plenty of questions, and they were really grateful for what we've done so far, but they said, I do have many questions, but I'll start with one. You explained before that technically you are a scratcher. What did you use to learn as much as you have, like books, website, etc.? I've been learning on my own for a year now, and I'm curious to know how you did it. Well, first off, I had an apprenticeship. And again, I'll link that video over here if you want to check that out. It's in depth on that apprenticeship, but it just didn't go well. So I did learn some stuff, but unfortunately, I feel like I learned what I didn't want to do more than what I did want to do. But what I did is I scoured the internet for anything I could find. There were some videos out there, but for the most part, it was trial and error on fake skin, on my skin, on some family skin. The truth is, it was rough. And that's pretty much why I started making some videos. Even before I really felt like I had a grasp on things, I just thought, wow, okay, I figured these little things out. There's nothing really out there. I better just like make some videos and hope that, you know, it can help somebody else out in the same boat. So trial and error, man. Trial and error was probably how I figured anything out. So hang in there. It isn't necessarily easy, but it's rewarding. Keep working at it. You got it. Okay, the next question is, can you comment on coloring over lines? Does it wash out the line? Why not shade with the lines? Does it just make the job harder for no reason? Okay, so I'm going to answer this question. Can you comment on coloring over lines? Yes. If those lines are black, most of the time, 90% of the time, you're fine. Now, I wouldn't suggest having a packed in black area and then going over that with more color as you're coloring other stuff, because it's just going to make small changes. But if you have lines running through, you can tattoo over top of those. I've never had an issue with it changing it, with it doing this or that. You may notice in the moment it looks like it's covering it up or whatnot, but that is black. It is solid. If you put it in there right, that color's not really going to mess with it. Yes, that color's going to live there with the black, but that black is going to overpower the color. So you should be fine. And a lot of times if I'm filling in color, I'll try to put my mag over and I'll start right on the black line and start moving from there. Because that means I'm right up on the black line and then I start moving. So I wouldn't get too wrapped up in whether your color or whatnot or your shades are going over the line, especially if you're doing black and gray. Don't even worry about it. Go right over top of them. You're not going to make a difference at all. Especially those lighter shades. What are they going to do to the black? They're going to do nothing. So, yeah, go for it. I think you're going to be fine. Okay, the next person says, again, this was on a comment on the new tattoo machine, the new stencil machine, the Canon by Tattoskin. They say, wouldn't the stencil be mirrored / flipped when transferred to skin? Yes. And in that video, I did miss that portion. Before you print it, you're going to want to flip it. You're going to want to mirror it. Now, in Procreate, you literally click a button and it flips it. Now, if they had words on there, so let's say you have it all just the way you want it, but there's words, and then you flip it, well, those words are going to be backwards too. So then you got to take those and flip those. It's a little bit of messing around, but really, I've done it several times. It just takes a few minutes. And you'll find out real quick when you print it and the words are backwards or it's not facing the way you want. You're like, oh, okay, let me change that. Boom. So yes, that is a step, and thank you for bringing that up. Okay, the next person says, hey man, thank you for your videos. I was wondering, what machine do you prefer between the CNC Q2 and the CNC XW? Honestly, I prefer the XW. I say that because it comes with the batteries that go to it. It runs and feels great. The Q2 is a direct drive, and the Wii is a swash plate. I didn't know if I was going to like that swash plate too much, but that thing lines beautifully, in my opinion. Beautifully. I just feel so comfortable lining with that machine. It's ridiculous. It's a hard-hitting machine, too. You can shade with it. You can color pack with it, but for lining, I really, really like that machine. So yeah, I personally would go with the XW. I like it, again, because you can change out the cams. You can get a 3, a 3.5, a 4. The batteries come with it. They click right on. It's convenient. It's got the clicks on it. I mean, it's just, I think it's a really good machine. I truly do. And it's priced decently. Some of these other machines are getting real crazy right now. And again, I'm not sure. I guess. I'm not making them. I don't know what they got invested in these machines, but certainly not cheap. Not to say that the XWE is like they're giving them away or anything, but it's not bad. But either one, I think is a good machine. I truly do. A lot of people think because CNC sends me machines and whatnot and blah, 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 that somehow I owe them something. I don't owe them nothing. They don't owe me nothing, okay? If you like a product and they say, hey, do you want to try out more of our products? Sure. If you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. I ain't owned by nobody, okay? So, again, I just want you guys to understand these are my own thoughts. These are my own genuine thoughts. All right, I think I beat a dead horse. So if you enjoyed the video, guys, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, leave a comment, and maybe in the next one, I'll answer your comment. There's no bad question other than the one you didn't ask. So until next time, guys, peace.